Hello out there, my name is Felix Okeke. I am your marriage counselor and coach, and this is Marriage Without Tears channel. The topic we are going to be discussing tonight will be of immense value to you as a married couple, or even those who are engaged to be married, because it's very, very vital, a vital topic indeed. What is the title? We simply say, how to win back the love of your partner after a bitter quarrel. How to win back the love of your partner after a bitter quarrel. Domestic violence, domestic abuse, and all manner of altercations, all manner of anger can rise in a marriage from time to time. The capacity to manage that conflict, to manage that marriage, to manage that anger, and be enriched by it, instead of undermining your relationship, is what makes the difference between a couple that is edified and a couple that are not so good, that are not so matured. So tonight we're going to be looking at how to win back the love of your spouse after a bitter quarrel. Whether you like it or not, every moment in your relationship is a time to learn about one another, to know one another at a deeper level. And in that process, there are bound to be frictions here and there. There are bound to be places of disagreements due to unmet expectations, due to values or ideas or ideals that are not properly communicated, due to the influence of a bad friend or a bad neighbor. Due to one reason or the other, there are bound to be frictions in a relationship. And this will bring anger. In the process, somebody may get so worked up that if you don't know how to actually manage that anger, if you don't know how to actually end it and turn the table around, the devil can use that opportunity to cripple the fabric of your marriage. It will not be so in your own case, to the glory of God. So tonight, that is what we are facing: how to win back the love of your spouse after a bitter quarrel. Look at that red button by my side. Click on it if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, because this is a place where we bring forth knowledge, information that will make a difference in the lives of married couples like you. By the time you go through some of our videos, you discover that your marriage will be enriched by the information you are going to receive. So let's go into the message proper. How do you win back the love of your spouse after a bitter quarrel? The first thing you must know is that you must not allow that hurt to linger in your heart for too long. The moment you allow that hurt to linger in your heart for too long, the devil will take advantage. So you must be prepared to shake off that hurt. You must be prepared to sit back and let that hurt get out of your system. If you don't do that, you will be you'll be treading on a minefield that may consume your marriage. So as a man, as a woman in marriage, learn how not to allow the sun to go down on your anger. Is very, very important. Of course, the second thing which you must do as a man or a woman in marriage is also to always learn how to sit back, solemnly meditate on the cause of the problem. Whatever has brought such an anger, whatever has brought such a quarrel, learn to meditate proactively and then begin to think in terms of your own part of the blame. There must be a part which you have played that brought that quarrel. There must be a part which you played. Even when you fail to understand the areas of your errors, don't dwell in apportioning blame to your partner, because you can never at any point end that quarrel by apportioning blames. So learn how to sit back, meditate, look at the immediate and remote causes of that quarrel. If you do that, you'll be in a better position to understand how to go about ending that rift. It is very, very important, because if you don't know the cause of a thing and you start dealing on the effects, you may never get to the root of the matter. So learn how to meditate and come out with what seems to be the cause of that quarrel, and then you'll be on the road to making amends. The third thing you must do also as a man or a woman in marriage, let forgiveness be the central part of your life. Know very well that until you learn how to forgive, you learn how to, offer forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean that you are the weaker party. As a matter of fact, in every relationship, forgiveness lies in the bosom of he or she that is a stronger party. It is the stronger party that actually offers forgiveness. It is the stronger party that says, I am sorry in any given situation. It is the person that is of a prideful heart that finds it difficult to say, I am sorry. So learn how to always offer forgiveness. And if peradventure your mate or your partner has already offered forgiveness, learn also how to grant forgiveness. Because the moment you do that, the process of reconciliation, the process of readjustment, the process of bringing out, turning the table around against the enemy, that is the process, that is the time it starts. That's the process of reconciliation. But if you don't forgive, there is practically no way that reconciliation can take effect. Very, very important indeed. And when you have offered forgiveness, and when forgiveness has been received with joy, what is the next thing you ought to do? Before I tell you the third thing you need to do, I want you to look at that red button by my side once again, and then click on it and get subscribed. Have I given you the third one? The fourth thing you must do essentially in this time is to look at some certain things that you both enjoy doing as a way of sucking away the emotional pressure that arose as a result of the conflict. What do you both enjoy doing? Possibly it could be sexual intercourse. I know of couples at the end of every rift, in the process of joy, they begin to express themselves sexually. It helps to take away the emotions, the pressures that came as a result of that hurt. There are also some people who may decide to take their spouses to the movie. You may decide to take your spouse to a sporting event. You may decide to take your spouse to a place of excitement where in the process of rejoicing with others, the emotional hurt that has accumulated as a result of that quarrel, that anger is dissipated. Very, very important. It will help in rebuilding trust. It will help in restoring the energy that has already been dissipated through that quarrel. Very, very important indeed. Very important. And of course, what is the fifth thing to do? The fifth thing to do is to prayerfully begin to work towards making sure that such a situation never arose again. There is no reason why, whatever caused a rift yesterday should be repeated often and on. That does not show that the relationship or that the marriage is maturing. No, when you discover the area where your spouse or where your partner feels hurt, you as a person must make every necessary effort never to go back on your vomit, never to do the same thing all over again. So prayerfully begin to order your steps aright. Prayerfully begin to walk in a way that will not cause that rift, that anger, or that situation to be repeated again in your marriage. Very, very important. I know that so many couples out there are hurting because of past incidents, past hurts, past mistakes, past errors. So many people are hurting. And one other thing, I may add it as a bonus point before I end. Stop being a chronicler of past hurts. Stop being a chronicler of past hurts. Anytime that something happens and you begin to reflect on what took place yesterday or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, it simply shows of a truth that you have never forgiven nor even forgotten that error. So don't be a chronicler of past errors. If you want your relationship to move forward, don't always fall back on the vices of the past. Be proactive as a married man. Be proactive as a married woman. Be proactive. If there are situations that have been caused by the impact or the influence of bad friends, learn how to cut those friends away from you. And as you do that, you will see the joy of your relationship restored, and glory shall begin to speak on your marriage once again. I thank God for this wonderful time we have shared together. I know that one or two things I might have said might have ministered to someone who is watching this very wonderful production. I bless the name of the Lord for your lives. Before you leave, please click on this red button, get subscribed to this wonderful channel, and let's do it together from time to time. I bless God for your lives, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Remain blessed.